You know, in life, there are movies that you watch once and you think to yourself, Jesus Christ, that was bad. I will never watch that again. And then a year later, you've seen it 3 times. Well, that's exactly Paganini horror for me. A film by Luigi Cosi, which is truly a director that confuses me. I'm perplexed as to Luigi Cosi's career. He's not a nobody. He's fucking Dario Argento's prodigy. Him and Michael Suave were both Dario Argento's prodigy, so you think that having Dario Argento as a teacher, even though apparently on the internet I apparently am a Dario Argento hater, even though some of his movies are some of my favorite movies of all time. I just said that a lot of his films were underwhelming, but that's the internet for you. I said one bad thing about Tenebrae, and then suddenly I'm a Dario Argento hater. But Dario Argento as a teacher is a good teacher. And apparently it worked for Michael Suave, because Michael Suave made some of the best Italian horror films of the 90s, and Luigi Cosi made dog shit. I mean, prior to watching the Black Cat by Luigi Cosi, I think my highest rated film of his was Star Crash, which I don't even like. Star Crash. I don't like Contamination. And I sure as shit don't like Paganini horror. But for some reason, I've seen this multiple times, and I decided, out of every movie that I own tonight, that I wanted to watch Paganini horror again. For what reason, I don't know. There's something about this movie, kind of like how the characters are attracted to the house that Paganini apparently murdered his wife and made violin strings out of her intestines in. I'm just attracted to this. I'm like a fly, attracted by shit. Anytime I see that I have Paganini horror in my collection, I just need to watch it. I don't know why. I like this movie. It's fucking terrible, and I'll take Black Cat over this one, because Black Cat is at least like, you can have fun with Black Cat. I don't like to say so bad it's good, because I don't really believe in that concept. Like, if it entertains you, it's a good movie, which is ironic, because I just told you this is bad, and I like it. But like, this is profoundingly confusing me, because it does entertain me, but it's also, there's so many boring, shitty, stupid parts in this movie. Guess I'll talk about it. It's been 3 minutes. I haven't attempted to describe a plot, because that's not important. This is I guess the genre of metal horror or rock horror kind of became popular in Europe during the late 80s, 90s, because there was Jess Franco's Killer Barbies and Lucio Fulci's film that I'm always surprised that I own. What was that movie again? Murder Rock? Yeah, anytime I look at my Fulci collection, I'm always surprised that I own Murder Rock. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with that? But I'm a Fulci fan, so it makes sense. So yeah, I guess in Italy and in Europe, it was very popular. There was metal horror. Anyways, we follow this rock band, and the way we're introduced to them is like a obvious Bon Jovi ripoff, but with synth and apparently violins. I didn't hear the violins, but they talked about violins. And our front lady is, the movie starts with a kid killing her mom in a bathtub. That was the opening. And then we cut to the band, which for some reason they're recording a song, but they're all wearing the same outfit, and they all like dance, and there's lights, like stage lights, in the recording booth, which I don't think that's a thing. And then the producer gives shit to the leading lady, because she says it sounds the same and it's all recycled bullshit. So basically the band in this is AC/DC. Apparently they just make the same song over and over, and that's not what they're paying for, so she needs to create a new song, which will lead one of the band members to go buy a lost Paganini song from homeless Donald Pleasance, homeless and very drunk Donald Pleasance, but he was a method actor, so he was actually probably blasted throughout this entire production. A very drunk, very not healthy Donald Pleasance, who sells him a sheet of music, the Lost Songs of Paganini, which apparently, for people who don't know, Paganini was a violinist, Italian. There are rumors that he sold his soul to Satan because he was really good. His music slaps. If you haven't heard any Paganini, you should, because he was truly a musical genius, and his music does slap. Way better than whatever hair metal fucking piece of shit music that's in this. So yeah, they go there to shoot a video with this apparently amazing, wonderful filmmaker, horror filmmaker, Mike something. And Luigi Cosi loves his pop culture reference, because they're talking about music video on their new song that's just the Paganini music sheet, but modern metal music, hair metal music. And they're like, we should do a music video like, you know, Michael Jackson's Thriller, and we'll get the best horror director ever, Mike something. And then you cut to them actually shooting the music video, and Mike is just one dude, and there's like no production crew. He just has a handheld camera and he just shoots the music video, and he's a genius. The movie loves to tell you that this guy is like a filmmaking genius. And there's this weird scene that's obviously the intro to that epic music video where the leading the front lady gets murdered by Paganini, which foreshadowing that's actually what happens, because they are shooting at the house that, you know, Paganini sold his soul to Satan. So like the music video is a reflection of reality, because the ghost of Paganini starts murdering them one by one. And the Paganini character is actually pretty cool. He has like this knife and his violin, and he stabs people, and he kills 2 people by stabbing them, and then the rest, well, they either get electrocuted by this invisible wall over the house that also blows up a car. But yeah, the rest of the kills are either getting electrocuted or getting a skin disease that kills them. And then one of them is squished through an invisible glass, and she just explodes, and there's a bunch of blood going everywhere. Like, it does have fun moments. Like, that's why I always go back to this, because in my head I always think that it's more fun than it actually is. But most of the movie is just people walking in a house, and then they go outside and you have this terrible day for night shots, and they just run around and scream. And it's terrible. It's so fucking bad. This movie's so fucking bad. Why do I like it? I don't get it. I really genuinely like this film. I'm attracted to it. I just don't get it. It's a fucking terrible movie. There's so many sheets of music on the cover. There's one sheet of music. Oh yeah, and then to destroy that invisible wall, the front lady's just like, oh, I'm gonna play the song in reverse. And then at the end, Donald Pleasance shows up in a Mercedes, and he's like, oh, and I think he's supposed to play Satan, because apparently the front lady sold her soul to Satan, kind of like Paganini did. And then Donald Pleasance just like, I don't like people who sell their souls to the devil, and then he stabs the leading lady. This is fucking terrible. This is a nice addition from Severin, actually. The restoration do be slapping, and it comes with the soundtrack, which has, I hope those, yeah, it does. It has these Stay the Night, The Winds of Time are the original songs. And if you like cheesy 80s hair metal, you'll probably like it. I don't like cheesy 80s hair metal, but I have to admit they kind of slap in like a mood. I'd have to be in a mood, but it comes with the soundtrack because this is a metal horror. I've been going on this piece of shit for way too long. Paganini horror. I don't know what to rate it. I gave it a 3 on Letterboxd, so here I guess I'll give it a 6.19. I really, this movie's bad. I make it sound more entertaining than it is. I always think it's more entertaining than it is, but it's just bad. But at the same time, it's probably one of Luigi Cozzi's best films, which is yeah, I'm not a Cozzi fan. For bad Italian directors, I much prefer my Bruno Matteis, Claudio Fragasso of this world. Even Andrea Bianchi, at least, but bad. Paganini horror is a piece of shit. I should really. I'll rewatch Black Cat because that's another movie I love that I don't understand why. So I'll review Black Cat. Contamination is just fucking bad. I won't. I should rewatch it. I've only seen it twice years ago. Anyways, I'm rambling. Nobody should talk about Paganini horror that much, so thank you guys. Have yourself a good one.